Hello and welcome. Power up. 30 epic challenges ahead. What is the largest animal in the ocean? Blue whale. Great white shark. Giant squid. The correct answer is blue whale. Here's an interesting fact. The blue whale is the largest animal on Earth and can grow over 100 feet long. Which ocean animal has no brain or heart? Jellyfish. Starfish. Dolphin. The correct answer is jellyfish. Here's an interesting fact. Jellyfish are simple animals with no brain, heart, or bones. What is a group of fish called? School. Herd. Swarm. The correct answer is school. Here's an interesting fact. A group of fish swimming together is called a school. Which marine creature changes color to blend in? Octopus. Shark. Seal. The correct answer is octopus. Here's an interesting fact. Octopuses can change color and texture to camouflage with their surroundings. Which sea animal has 8 legs? Octopus. Lobster. Squid. The correct answer is octopus. Here's an interesting fact. Octopus means 8 feet and they use their arms to move and explore. Which ocean zone gets the most sunlight? Sunlight zone. Twilight zone. Abyssal zone. The correct answer is sunlight zone. Here's an interesting fact. The top layer of the ocean gets the most sunlight and supports many living things. What do sea turtles use to swim? Flippers. Wings. Paws. The correct answer is flippers. Here's an interesting fact. Sea turtles have strong flippers that help them glide through water. Which fish can puff up like a balloon? Pufferfish. Tuna. Swordfish. The correct answer is pufferfish. Here's an interesting fact. Pufferfish inflate to scare off predators. What is coral made of? Tiny animals. Colorful rocks. Dead fish. The correct answer is tiny animals. Here's an interesting fact. Corals are colonies of tiny animals called polyps. Which sea animal can squirt ink to escape danger? Squid. Dolphin. Eel. The correct answer is squid. Here's an interesting fact. Squids release ink to create a smokescreen and escape predators. What do whales use to communicate? Songs and clicks. Waves. Bubble trails. The correct answer is songs and clicks. Here's an interesting fact. Whales use sound waves to talk to each other underwater. Which sea creature has a hard shell and walks sideways? Crab. Shark. Seal. The correct answer is crab. Here's an interesting fact. Crabs use their claws and walk sideways with a hard outer shell. Which ocean creature has a long stinging tail? Stingray. Octopus. Dolphin. The correct answer is stingray. Here's an interesting fact. Stingrays have flat bodies and a tail with a stinger for defense. What is the main diet of a blue whale? Krill. Sharks. Plankton. The correct answer is krill. Here's an interesting fact. Blue whales eat tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill up to 4 tons a day. Which animal is known as the clown of the sea? Clownfish. Penguin. Seal. The correct answer is clownfish. Here's an interesting fact. Clownfish live in sea anemones and are colorful and playful. Which sea mammal has flippers and can balance a ball? Seal. Shark. Octopus. The correct answer is seal. Here's an interesting fact. Seals are smart, playful mammals that can balance and perform tricks. Which fish is known for its glowing light on its head? Anglerfish. Goldfish. Mackerel. The correct answer is anglerfish. Here's an interesting fact. Anglerfish use a glowing lure to attract prey in deep waters. What causes red tides in the ocean? Algae bloom. Oil spills. Shark attacks. The correct answer is algae bloom. Here's an interesting fact. Red tides are caused by a fast-growing algae bloom, which can be harmful to marine life. Which part of the ocean is the deepest? Mariana Trench. Great Barrier Reef. Atlantic Ridge. The correct answer is Mariana Trench. Here's an interesting fact. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean at over 36,000 feet. What do dolphins use to locate objects? Echolocation. Radar. Vision. The correct answer is echolocation. Here's an interesting fact. Dolphins send sound waves and listen to echoes to find food and navigate. Which sea creature looks like a plant but is actually an animal? Coral, seaweed, driftwood. The correct answer is coral. Here's an interesting fact: though they look like colorful plants, corals are animals that build reefs. Which animal has 5 arms and can regrow them? Starfish, crab, jellyfish. The correct answer is starfish. Here's an interesting fact: starfish can regrow lost arms, a process called regeneration. What is a baby shark called? Pup, cub, chick. The correct answer is pup. Here's an interesting fact: a baby shark is called a pup and some are born live while others hatch from eggs. What are plankton? Tiny ocean creatures. Shells. Ocean plants. The correct answer is tiny ocean creatures. Here's an interesting fact: plankton are tiny floating organisms that are food for many marine animals. What makes seawater salty? Minerals from rocks. Salt factories. Whales. The correct answer is minerals from rocks. Here's an interesting fact: salt comes from rocks on land and dissolves in water. What helps fish stay balanced in water? Swim bladder. Fins. Eyes. The correct answer is swim bladder. Here's an interesting fact: fish use a swim bladder to float and control their depth. Which animal can live both in water and on land? Sea turtle, shark, jellyfish. The correct answer is sea turtle. Here's an interesting fact: sea turtles swim in the sea but lay eggs on land. What is the Great Barrier Reef made of? Coral polyps, icebergs, shells. The correct answer is coral polyps. Here's an interesting fact: the Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system in the world. Which creature moves by pushing water through its body? Jellyfish, clam, crab. The correct answer is jellyfish. Here's an interesting fact: jellyfish move using jet propulsion by squeezing water out. Which fish is known to clean other fish by eating their dead skin? Cleaner wrasse, pufferfish, anglerfish. The correct answer is cleaner wrasse. Here's an interesting fact: cleaner wrasses keep other fish healthy by removing parasites. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and we'll catch you in the next one.